Hello, Cherries. Welcome to live Cherry Sunday, special Monday episode 95. Live with 95. And in this video, I'm going to teach you hammer-ons and pull-offs. Great exercise to practice your hammer-ons and pull-offs. And this is just a great sound. It really is. It's the way that you establish your legato playing. And it's very smooth. It means that you don't have to pick every note, basically doing hammer-ons, pull-offs. And I have a great exercise. I'm going to play along with the track that I created, but you should really kind of practice this with a track of your own or a metronome, and really just kind of start off slow and build up your speed. And I really think that probably the best way to get a good legato and a good hammer-ons and pull-offs technique is to actually practice picking every note. Because what happens when you start picking every note, you start to let go of your right hand picking, but your left hand becomes pretty fast as well. So once you practice picking every note, then you drop off the picking with every note, and then you automatically start playing hammer-ons and pull-offs and legato. So let's say good morning, even though it's afternoon here on the East Coast, to PCH. Give you a round of applause. Good morning, Ozman. 5151, good to see you. And good afternoon to Kelly. Give you guys a round of applause. And we'll start in a minute, but right now I want to say hello and see if you guys are drinking here this morning before we dive right into the lesson today. I got my coffee still, working on it. It's morning in Vegas. It's a Monday morning in Vegas. That is really cool. All right. And do you need a metronome to practice trills? Probably. I mean, metronome is good to practice anything, really. So if you're doing trills like a kind of like a it would be good to practice with a metronome, because then you hear a click, 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 and you could really kind of click, 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 click. If it was slower, click, 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 click. So you could really kind of, get your timing down. So it's good to practice everything to a metronome, really. And then once you drop the metronome off, then your timing will just be naturally better. So yeah, definitely. Like right now with this lesson, I'm going to play along with a track that I have, and actually I think it's a little bit better than playing with a metronome because it has a couple chords in it, and it's just a little bit more musical than practicing with a click. But clicks are good because you could always just change the tempo really easily as well. So yeah, and Ozman just working on the cells. She sells Sanctuary. That is The Cult, right? That awesome. Great song. So let me show you what I got here. I built this track here last night, and sounds pretty good actually. Sounds more like a song than a backing track, but you tell me. But we'll do this exercise, and then I'll show you what I'm doing right afterward. I got my sound. Hopefully you can hear me. Alright, I changed my strings today too, so should be nice and bright and fresh. Alright, here we go. Check this out. Let it roll once again. Sounds like the Stones, doesn't it? Alright, here's the exercise. So I started off really slow, then I did a medium, then I did it a bit faster. So if you're enjoying this video so far, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I go live every week, usually Sunday. Today's a special Monday. Kelly likes the backing track. Okay, I know. I was making the backing track and I'm thinking, wow, this sounds more like a song than a backing track. So, very cool. It's a good exercise. Yeah, definitely a good exercise. I was jamming out my friends, can't find my way home. Yeah. Awesome. That's such a great song. Glad you found that helpful and you were jamming along with it. Hopefully that lesson that I gave a couple weeks ago helped on that, how to play it. And this is a good exercise. But basically, you know, what I'm doing is I'll break this down on the close-up here. So, you know, hammer-ons and pull-offs are basically when you just kind of hammer on a note without attacking it. Kind of like that. If I was to pick it, it would be like that. But if I just hammer it on, I'm just hammering my finger onto the fretboard. And the pull-off means that I'm pulling off of one note onto another. Like if you look at my pinky, I'm pulling off my pinky to my ring finger. But one thing before that is you should have the correct hand technique. This is something you want to kind of put your thumb behind the neck and play more properly, as opposed to being up here. I mean, you could do it up here, but it's going to be harder because your hand's really not in the right area. It's better off being down here so that your fingers are parallel with the frets. Just like this, just like if your fingers were a fret. See how they're straight along with the fret? You don't want to be like crooked, like this. You know. Doesn't really help you at all right there. So just kind of straighten them out so that they're even with the fret. So then you can kind of go down and up and down. You know, correctly. So the idea is to strengthen your pull-offs so that you can really, you're pulling off from your pinky to your pointer, your ring finger, and then from your ring finger to your pointer, just like if you're doing this trill that PCH was talking about earlier. The trill is kind of like, because trills are basically pull-offs as well. You hear that? I'm pulling off. Hammer on, pull off. Hammer on, pull off. This is a famous lick right here. Hammer on, pull off. It's like Dave Murray from Iron Maiden does that. You know, you can actually hold these two strings, your B and your G, to get rid of the noise. You know, kinds of crazy stuff like that. But back to this scale, and I'm basically just taking this scale right here, which I'll show you if I have it right here. Yeah, I have a picture of it. Basically the fifth position of the E major scale, starting on the B notes, right here. So the E major scale. Just going down to the B. So you could do this whole practice with this exercise, with this scale right here, which is like the B mixolydian mode right here. So you have pull off, pull off. So I'm going, and it's more like a hiddly, 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 triplet, triplet. So it's, I'm picking this note, the third note, and then once again, once I'm on 3 notes per string, all these pull-offs. I'm picking this note. Hammer on, pull off, hammer on. I'm basically just picking every note that I really have to. Picking the first note, that note, triple, pick, pick, pick. Essentially, I'm picking just the downbeat of the triplet. Triple, triple. Instead of picking every note. I'm hitting basically the top note of the downbeat. The downbeat and the upbeat. So it's really good to strengthen. That's really where all the sound is coming from, is the pull off onto the note. So hammer on, pull off. It's good to do one string at a time. So I'm not picking any note here. Just hammer on, pull off, pull off. Hammer on, pull off, pull off. Hammer on, pull off, pull off. Top string. All right. So, hopefully you're getting that so far. If you are, hit the like button, subscribe. I like groovy stuff. So you're just going down the scale. Pull off. Pull off. And everywhere, every string, you're pulling off. Pull off, pull off. Hammer on, pull off, pull off. Or pick. Pull off, pull off, pick, pull off, pull off. Hammer on, 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 pull off, pull off. Then you have. But actually, I'm going down the scale diatonically. It's really fun to do this. I mean, you can incorporate it into your solos. You know, play your riffs. You can do it with a pentatonic scale. Like a... So, hopefully you're enjoying this. And what we could do now is you could use your metronome to kind of just do it slow and then just work yourself up a couple of beats per minute at a time, maybe 1 or 2 or 5, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with, just so you can get up to speed. What I did with this track is I played it really slow, and then I played it medium speed, then I doubled up on it each time, which is basically like this. Check it out. Real slow. hold it again. Let's see. Ozman, do you have any videos of your band on YouTube? I do have a video of my song Freak Show. You can check that out on YouTube. This channel right here, and just type in Freak Show. That was a professional video I have of a song from my album Life is Sweeter. You might enjoy that one. Thank you for asking, Ozman. So, hopefully you're enjoying that. Hopefully you're enjoying this lesson so far. I think we're having a good time. Still sipping on my coffee from this morning, which wasn't that long ago. And happy Rosh Hashanah to you, if you happen to be Jewish, or even if you're not. It's always a good day to celebrate any holiday, right? And okay, so yeah, hand technique is really important too. Just get back there and just try to have the right technique everywhere, because it's good to kind of have your thumb over the neck when you're playing stuff. Or just be bluesy and kind of like that. But when you really want to play something a little more technical, you're probably going to have to put your thumb back here, have your fingers in the right position. If you ever watch Nuno Betancourt, he's perfect at that. I don't know how he does it, but his guitar is slung so low, and he plays like with his thumb over, but when it comes time to do like his stuff, he puts his thumb back here, and his technique is perfect. And that's why he's just amazing. And speaking of technique, actually this progression that I came up with, it's basically just a C, it's an E to a C sharp minor. It's just the E chord to its relative minor. And basically this comes from one of my videos about the circle of fifths, and I will put a link in the description about that video. And it's a good time to talk about my course that I just released too, and it's called the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar, and it looks like that. And here's where we can check it out. Nice and fancy, huh? cherrycherry.com/courses. And basically in this course I go over progressions, the circle of fifths. Well, first of all, it's 3 parts. Fretboard memorization, so you can really learn the whole fretboard everywhere over the neck. And the second part is about the circle of fifths, where I get into how to build every chord progression possible, including this one. It basically shows you the key of E, and it shows you how it goes to the 6th chord. And you could play the E major scale or the C sharp minor scale, which is the relative minor, up and down, which is basically what I'm doing. I'm playing the E major scale and the C sharp minor scale. And it sounds good in there. It just works. It's the right notes. And and then I go into the blues, because the blues is where all your soul and feel comes from. So it's really like 3 lessons all in one. And so check that out. So I'll put a link in the top of my description for the course, the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. I think you'll enjoy that. So please check that out. So now, here's the final thing we're going to wrap up with. And this is really, really cool because, even though I showed just one of the positions of the 7 positions of the 3 notes per string of the major scale, I showed the 5th position starting on the B. You can go through every one of them, all 7 positions, with this exercise. And it's really, really fun and really cool to do. So, so this is one position. I'm basically going to go down to the 4th position, down to the 3rd position, the 2nd position, 1st position, and up, vice versa. So, and this is a really good exercise to practice your hammer-ons, pull-offs, and it's a good way to visualize your way around the neck as well. So let's do this with the track, and we'll run through Not at the slow tempo and not at the blazing fast, but the medium tempo. So check this one out. I'll go back down here so you can see my fingers now they're looking. So this is just one of the scales. So I could just take this off because I don't want to think that it's all the scales here. All right. Let's see. Some crunch on there, some delay. Okay. So it's going to be like this. It's really fun. Check this out. We're going to go like this. That's not it. So I think going down. Maybe like this, huh? There we go. There we go. We'll have to double up on that one. Go up there. All right, let's try it again. One more time. One more thing I want you to understand is to, when you're doing this, try to be as smooth and let the notes ring out as much as possible. Like when I'm pulling off and hammering on here. So the harder you pull off, the better off you are right there. And also, one important thing too, try to keep your left hand relaxed. Try to keep it parallel with the frets, especially when you go up high, up here, because your hand will tend to want to cramp up a little bit, especially if you're doing it a lot, which you should stretch your fingers as well. Try to keep them, like when you're going up this scale right up here, this position. When you open up your hand to go from, say here, this shape right here, try to relax your fingers so that they're not cramping up and not being parallel with the frets. See what's happening here? I'm going from inside here, inside 4 frets, and I'm opening it up into 5 frets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm kind of preparing my hand in advance for the widening of the stretch. Come back to you right here. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, all that groovy stuff. Thank you very much for spending some time here with me today on a Monday. Jerry, is there such a thing as finger memory? Yes. Well, there's what do you call it? It's more of a muscle memory. And after a while, your hands just start going off muscle memory. Like when you play in a band for a long time, you start playing the same material for a long time. Like I play in a disco band. I play bass in a disco band called Disco Unlimited. And, we play a lot of songs. And a lot of times, your hand's just basically on autopilot, At that point, it's about, what else could I concentrate on to stimulate myself, as far as playing this. Usually it's performing. You're not thinking about playing anymore. You're just performing. Or maybe you want to think about something else. Maybe, change it up musically a little bit. But your hand will definitely start memorizing. Like it's muscle memory. And your hands just know where to go after you've been doing things for a long time as well. No disco. Come on. There's some great music in disco, But that's fine. I totally get it. Not today. So if you have any questions about any of this stuff, please let me know. Let me know here right now in the comments or in the chat or in the comments section later on. Let me know which ways you practice hammer-ons, pull-offs. Hopefully I was clear about some of this, and hopefully you find it beneficial because, these riffs, these licks right here are kind of like my bread and butter licks. I mean, I've been playing my whole life doing these licks, even to the point where, my old drummer used to go, hiddly, 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 because that's all we used to play. It's like, so then you're like, okay, well, if he's making fun of it, then I want to try to get away from the hiddlies, and try to play maybe that, because those are threes, the hiddly, hiddly is like. You get into fours where. Four notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that's basically the same thing, only you're going down diatonically with 4 notes. Pull off, pull off, pull off, hammer on, pull off. But it's legato as well. I'm not picking every note. I'm doing hammer-ons and pull-offs. You go down 5 notes. That one note was bad, unless you were playing a E Lydian. That sounds terrible. So, all right. So there you have it. What else did I want to mention here? Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Really, really cool. And Kelly, thank you so much. Kelly, Kelly, you should check her out on Facebook at Kelly's Music Corner on Tuesdays and Thursdays, where she goes live and does bedtime stories and lullabies. And it's so awesome. She tells a story and then sings a few songs. It's really, really cool. So check her out for sure. She's amazing. And I appreciate that she's here today with us. It's awesome. And thank you, Ozman, for hanging out with us today. Hey, Tom G. Give you a round of applause. All is cool. All is good in the hood. Checking in from work. Yeah, it is a Monday. Most people are working today. Here I am playing guitar. And thanks for tuning in from work or wherever you're tuning in from. Very cool of you guys. Thank you, Ozman. Thank you, PCH. Thank you, Tom G. And thank you, Kelly, for hanging out on a special Monday episode. And leave comments and share this video with another guitar player you think who would enjoy this. So enjoy your week. You guys are the best. I love yous. And remember, be cool, be kind, and be cherry. See you guys. Ciao, y'all. Peace.